What's up, guys? Oh, kickstand. That's embarrassing. So what's up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am doing amazing. I hope you guys are too. Guys, before I forget, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me out a ton. Anyway, gents, what I want to talk about today is why I got rid of my social media and why I think you guys should do the same. So, to preface this, I've been noticing that my screen time on Facebook and other social medias have been absolutely ridiculous for a very long time. If you look at your own social media, you can probably notice how much time that you're actually wasting on it and everything like that. You know, my screen time averages about 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day that I can't get back. 3 hours a day of just nonsense and stuff that causes stress instead of makes me happier, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've decided against it. I've decided to cut the cord, delete everything off of my phone. I still have it active just in case, just in case I want to log in from time to time and see what my family and friends are doing. So for a long time, my BS radar had been going off when it comes to Facebook. There's been multiple occasions where I've done things like just passively talk about something, and all of a sudden I have an ad coming up on my phone, and I have not liked that. So most notably of which, I was hanging out with my dad, whose dog is named Diesel, and I started getting a whole bunch of pet placement stuff for dogs named Diesel. And it's that's not a very common name. I know it's not super creative or anything like that, but it's just not a common name. So my BS radar has been flagging that for a long time. And you know what? I got to the point with Facebook and everything, and especially with all the political stuff, where I've just decided that I just don't want to be part of it anymore. And then I watched The Social Dilemma. This is on Netflix. It's free to watch. Go check it out. And The Social Dilemma is basically a documentary about how Facebook and other social medias affect our every single day lives. Every moment of our life is affected if you have Facebook, email, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. All of that stuff is represented by, literally former presidents, COOs, CEOs. There's manipulation on the level of the cigarette companies occurring every single day on your Facebook and other social medias. They literally watch every little thing that you do on their platforms. They don't need a warrant for it. They don't need any justification. You're using their platform, so they watch every single thing that you do on it. There was something brought up during that show that I thought was very moving, and that was, if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. Then advertisers are paying that platform that you're using freely, quote unquote freely, to show you their ads. So the more ads that you see, the more money that Facebook makes. They are in the business of you watching as much of it as you possibly can. So not only do they watch how much you're on the app, they also watch how much time you spend on each individual picture, video, post. And then they show you more of the things that you watch more of. And it started all innocently, as everything does. Oh, little Johnny likes to watch cat videos. Okay, so we'll make him watch a bunch of cat videos. We'll throw an ad in from time to time. And you know what? Nobody's hurt. He watches more videos. There's a couple ads. We make a little bit of money. And you know what? Honestly, it just is what it is. And, everybody's happy. And it didn't take long for Facebook to turn this political. And all of a sudden, you had this artificial idea of what's going on in society, and that we're more polarized than we actually are. What does that mean? Well, it means that Facebook has a tremendous amount of control in basically everything, from politics to how society is functioning. Facebook has so much control because honestly, perception is reality. If you perceive that there's this giant divide, or you perceive that this political party is evil and yours is the only one that's right, and you perceive that there's only one true side of things and that truth doesn't fall in the middle, then guess what? That's reality for you. And that's how Facebook has been. Facebook is literally controlling every little part of our society now. And it's not just Facebook. I'm using Facebook as the poster child of everything. It's basically all social media is literally influencing every single part of our lives. They have a tremendous amount of influence. So during this documentary, they actually had these guys talk about how they had an experiment to see if they could influence a midterm election. Ding, 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 ding. They are literally admitting to election tampering. Started off innocently. Like, we'll just see if we can get like more people to show up for the midterm elections. And now Facebook has a tremendous amount of influence on both political sides, and they have a tremendous amount of influence on how every election goes. So they provided example after example of how like Facebook has tampered with other countries' elections and all this other crap. I mean, it would be stupid to assume that they're not doing that here. It really would be. So they were talking about like Facebook and like Instagram's AI is almost like that Skynet. The AI is not taking control of the world like Skynet would come in and physically take control with violence. They're taking control of the world by controlling your thoughts, your actions, and opinions. And I'll be honest with you, I can see after having a lot of social media interaction that I'm different. I'm different in my interactions with people. That's a very nice Porsche. I'm different when I talk to people. I'm more socially awkward after social media. And you know what? Honestly, my opinions have changed. There is so much crap that they spew from Facebook and all these other social media platforms. That's just unsolicited garbage. Their news is garbage. We don't know what's true and what's not anymore because Facebook has just disinformation galore on it. There's just disinformation galore. And I know it's like taking sides to say like fake news and stuff. And I'm gonna go out on the limb and say everybody's fake news nowadays. I'm gonna go on the limb and say literally Fox, CNN, ABC, MSNBC. I'm gonna say all of those are fake news. Because they're all in the business of selling ads. They're not in the business of telling you news. And all this crap that gets shoved down our throats from them, it's just, I'm just going to start calling it fake news. If it's not, you know, if I'm not soliciting the information and it's just getting crammed down my throat, I'm just going to assume that it's bullshit now. Like, I'm just going to throw up the bullshit flag and just, I'm going to be done with it. I'm not going to give it any time or any of my opinions or thoughts. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth my time or opinions or thoughts. Especially if Facebook is pumping it to me. You know, it's just not worth it. They put up like this like bar graph of like teen and preteen suicide. And it's like we have the first generation that have been like influenced by social media from like middle school and up. And like their rates of like depression and anxiety are through the roof. The rates of suicide are through the roof compared to other generations. And it's just like, it's all due to social media. You got people that are out there getting plastic surgery so they look more like a Snapchat photograph filter. It's like, are you serious? You're getting plastic surgery to look more like a picture filter? Like that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I, for one, will no longer be a part of it. And I really encourage you guys to do the same thing. Like, unless you're like on the internet and you're like looking for like motorcycle videos, or like you're on the internet and you're actively trying to find stuff that you're interested in, don't click on their nonsense anymore. Delete that crap off your phone so you're not like always tempted to be down and be like one of these zombies that you see out here on the street that like all they ever do is just look at their phones and they don't pay attention to anything that's around them and they just stare at their phones for endless hours. And like they're sitting there like trying to like walk their dogs down the street, just like scrolling mindlessly like zombies. I don't know. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to be part of the problem anymore. I'm not going to let Facebook influence my thoughts or opinions anymore. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it. I'm going to pull no punches and tell no lies. And to be honest with you, YouTube is part of the problem here. YouTube is absolutely 100% part of the problem. They do the same things. I enjoy YouTube and I see the nonsense. I see through the nonsense with YouTube, and I'm going to stay on YouTube. But Facebook, Instagram, all that crap, it's gone. It's gone. I'm done with it. Anyway, guys, I hope this video was informative. I know this probably won't be one of my more popular videos, but I just felt compelled to say something. Please, if you agree with anything or if you disagree with anything, go research for yourself. Don't take my word for it. You know, go make up your own mind and everything. On Netflix, it's called The Social Dilemma. Go watch it. It's worth a watch. Even though you're helping Netflix out do the same crap, but Netflix at least doesn't show you ads yet. Anyway, guys, we'll be back to our regular schedule of vloggy and lighthearted topics soon. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so we can be part of the problem. Deuces.